Hello guys, I'm Spicy Bill and this is gonna be a review on the Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece Series 299. This one here is the Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Legion. So this is basically a whole bunch of mass-produced I guess robots made by Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man. These are supposed to be like his, computer controlled or whatever drones that goes around, fight crimes and stuff like that. Of course, it was taken over by Ultron, also known as the YouTube algorithm that acquired self-awareness and decided it wants to terminate the human race or something like that. Yeah, something like that's probably gonna happen in the near future. I can see that. We create our own destruction. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the what we got here. Of course, the box here, I already talked about it during the unboxing. It's very likely that this figure here is probably completely designed on the computer because I don't really see any sculptors being credited on the box. So yeah, I mean it's a robot, so it's a lot easier for them to just create digital files and stuff like that. Of course, some of the intricate parts could be sculpted digitally online on the computer, but who knows. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the stand. This one is very basic. I think all the figures from this series, or the Age of Ultron line, came with this kind of stand. Takes up a lot of real estate on your shelf or display area. But anyway, it's pretty nice. It's unique. Basically, the only difference between all the figures is a name placard. So this one says Iron Legion. And we have the included cradle right here. People call these the crotch grabber. But yeah, I just plug this in and there we go. 2016 Marvel licensed. Figure was released in 2016. Retail price for this figure is hovering around $230 to $260 at this point. So in 2019. So anyway, also always remember to read the instructions. Basically what it does is tell you how to remove the battery compartment. This one doesn't require any screwdrivers, which is very nice. And also, just a reminder, this is actually not a die-cast figure. This thing is mostly completely plastic with some electronic parts on here. So it's, it's a little cheaper than your average $300 Iron Man figure, die-cast Iron Man figure. They're around like, $270 to $360, $350. I know the new Mark 50 from Endgame or Infinity Wars is going for close to like $500 at this point. So anyway, you do have improved articulation. You can pull down the hips for improved articulation. The leg can only go 80 degrees forward. Yeah, and then you can pull down the feet for stability. So right there, raise within 80-degree. Extend the foot by pulling down slightly for positioning if needed. A lot of panels can be removed for the accessories. The back panel, you want to be careful. You don't want to pull this part out too much because it could potentially damage the figure. So I'll show you guys that. Battery compartments and stuff like that for installing the battery. Now, I didn't put on all the batteries because this one right here is corroded. As you know, this figure has been sitting in the box at the store. I got this at my local comic shop for about maybe 3 years now. So, stuff like this happens with, these Iron Man figures, always very well known for having corroded batteries. This is the LR612 1.5 volt coin cell batteries. And then we also have the included tool here for adjusting all the switches on this figure. This is very useful. Make sure you don't lose this thing. I also like to thank my viewer, Min, for covering the fees on this figure because I intend to resell this figure if I don't want to make a custom. I did actually pay for it with help from Min, so that covers like all the depreciation and differences and stuff like that because, budget funds are very important these days. So, with all the crazy stuff going on financially. Okay, so anyway, for accessories, we have one of these pose hands right here. I talked about this in unboxing. The paintwork is all very nicely done. This one has light piping for the repulsor blast right there. You can see that the light's going through. And we got these posable hands, which yeah, you can individually pose the fingers. So yeah, this is you know, the computers telling the human race, yes, that's what it thinks right now. Good luck. Okay, so anyway, once they acquire, you know, self-awareness, I think it's over. Yay. So there we go. There's the posable hands. Again, very nicely weather painted. Okay, and then we have these covers, all these covers from the figure itself. We got the chest cover right here, also very nicely done. We got these missile pods that can be attached to the forearm. Let me show you guys. You just pull up this panel right here. Don't think it's that difficult. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Put this back on and attach the missile pod right here. Hopefully, no, that's not the right one. This is the right one, I think. Or is it? Alright, so you get a notch right here, and you just pop that in. Why does it? Okay, there we go. So yeah, there we go. There is the missile pod. So you can fire off the missile right here, like that. That's looking pretty nice. Okay, if you don't like that, let's go ahead and remove that. I personally don't like it. I think it's, you know, it could be a little better. Take a look at that. I wish the missile were individually sculpted. Yeah, anyway, something I won't use. Okay, we get some very nice detail here on the chest. I mean, this whole thing kind of looked like the Terminator. Look at that. The pistons, you know, the body kind of look like a Iron Man suit cross between like an endoskeleton. This is why I like this figure so much. You have all the piston works. You know, it really does look like a endoskeleton crossed with an Iron Man suit, or you know, playing cosplay as an Iron Man suit or something like that. That's actually pretty cool. You can even see here. This is definitely very Terminator inspired. Yeah, I was thinking about getting the Terminator figure, the T800, but that thing is like close to $400 at this point. So unless anybody want to sponsor that or help out a little bit. Okay, you got the Hot Toys 2016 Marvel. We got some screw here, which I don't like. Overall, the detail on this figure is very nice. They have done away with the seam lines. A lot of the seam lines that we've seen on the previous Iron Man figures. Of course, at some of the joints you can still see the seam lines, but it's not like gaping like the ones we've seen on the like my War Machine Mark II from Iron Man 2, I think, or Iron Man 3. That thing was riddled with the gaping seam lines, which looked terrible for a $300 figure. Yeah, but this one's really nice. I think they did a better job. I think they always continue to do a better job over time. I think this 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, I think they have you know, addressed most of the issues with the seam line and make their you know, $200 plus figure actually, you know, look like it's worth $200 plus. This one's still very nicely done. There's no nut marks. Even though it's like a lot of it's plastic, you won't see any nut marks on this figure. More than I can say about, you know, Bandai's Chogokin and some of their metal build and Gundam fixed figuration metal composite. But anyway, and not bashing other brand, you can see that this is actually very nice. All the weathering and all that stuff. Okay, very cool. Let's go ahead and talk about the articulation real quick. So like I said, you can drop the foot down like that for improved articulation. We got ankle rockers. You can move back and forward. Got double jointed knees. Unfortunately, is basically 90 degrees despite being double jointed. You can pull down the hips for improved articulation. You can go out, 80 degrees like that, and then you can go to the side a little bit. This gets a little dicey, so I don't really recommend it. We got the articulated side skirt. We got the waist articulation, which is actually very nice, believe it or not. We have the diaphragm joint, which is actually very well done. You got light up function. The neck can look down. Let me adjust this real quick. I hope it doesn't fall over. Okay, the neck can look up, neck can look down, and rotate to the side. The pistons don't move at all. They're static. And yeah, we have the shoulder joint. We got a butterfly function right here. The shoulder armor is articulated, so that will prevent from rubbing the paint on the side like that. Rotates 360. Arm can go perpendicular, which is pretty incredible for an Iron Man figure. We got the bicep articulation. Obviously, double jointed elbow, unfortunately, is slightly more than 90 degrees. And then we got the ball joint here for the hand. Can rotate that, and you can also remove the hand like that to swap out with the light piping posing hand. Again, the hand fingers are articulated. And let's go ahead and put the armor back onto the figure. So right here on the back here, you can actually pull this part out a little bit for, you know, for flying poses. So you want to pull that like that, and then you have him look up. So it looks like it's flying through the air. It would be nice if this guy actually come with a flying stand. That would be nice as it's flying through the air. Forgot to mention one thing. We have toe articulation here, which is kind of impressive. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put the armor back on. You have the switches here, the cover for the battery. Let's go ahead and switch off the battery like that. Number 3 goes right here. Wait. Yeah, like that. There we go. I think that's how you do it, right? Oops. Okay, well, battery cover goes on here. Like that. There we go. The head cover goes on right here like that. We're gonna leave the light on here, and then the switch right here. You can if you have like, you know, fingernails, you can do it with the fingernails. Cover this up. Number 3 goes right here, like that, and the chest cover goes on here like that. Very nice. Okay, this is actually one of my more interesting one of the Iron Man figures I actually like. Maybe because it's like a grunt, and it's also kind of, it became like an evil robot kind of thing. I do have an idea what I want to do with this as a custom. If you guys want to sponsor that, let me know. I want to make this into a YouTube drone. Maybe get some decals and then, like, you know, put like the Google logo up here. That's something like demonetize, terminate your YouTube channel and stuff like that. Okay, forgot to mention, yeah, the hips, you can drop down like that for improved articulation, which is very nice. I really like the detail here. This is totally like a Terminator style hip joint. So anyway, that is pretty much it. If you have an opportunity to pick up this figure, I definitely recommend it. Get 1, get 2. This is pretty nice. Make a custom, you know, just ignore the fact that it's Disney-owned property. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this figure. Well, if you're not into like Marvel and stuff like that. So anyway, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Thanks for watching.